my mind is kind of like this blithering racetrack where it's you're both the race car driver and the spectator, and you're sitting in the seat feeling the adrenaline going around each turn, and you're also in the stands feeling the every time a car goes by, and it's you're in both places at once. And I don't know how to articulate even differently, and even this just came to me while I was taking a piss, doing all of the things in the world of when I can be thinking philosophically or mindfully. Of course, is when I'm taking a piss. Pippi, thank you for giving yourself a good scritching right now and dropping a bone on the floor. But it's like, how does the mind exist for days upon days upon days in this construct of existing in two places at once, where you are both the impulsive driver and the hyped up spectator all at once? Like, how long can one continue with this duality before there is that crash into the guardrail at that exact point where someone is having both experiences at once? And what happens when they crash into the guardrail? Does that mean everything suddenly stops and gets better? Or does that mean that is the end of all, or I said that wrong, the end of all of the end of all? Or is there ever going to be a moment in time where it's just, this shit happens, and just flow through it. It doesn't bother you in the moment. Like, it might bother you in the moment, but it doesn't bother you in the moment. Like, it doesn't matter if you're both the race car driver and the spectator when the car crashes. It doesn't matter, because you're having an out-of-body experience from both of those experiences that originally start as feeling like an out-of-body experience, yet the dichotomy of the two are like Siamese twins going together. So what happens? Like, does everything stop at some certain point? And I don't mean stop in the way of the end of life, but rather the start of life. Does everything stop so it can start? And does that out-of-body experience where you are the driver and you are the spectator stop to the point where you become the angel watching over it all, the outsider watching over it all, the person on the other side of the track watching it all, and you feel it, you empathize, you see it, you don't quite know what to do, but it's not affecting you directly, right? So what I'm really trying to figure out in this moment is, how can I hold on to this thought that I'm having, and bless you, Chauncey, and how can I take myself to a place where I'm not the driver, I'm not the spectator, and I'm instead that person having this another out-of-body experience on the other side of the track, seeing it all, feeling it all, witnessing it all, but not directly involved in it, so succumbed by it, so overwhelmed by it, so devastated and distraught and in despair and hopeless and just feeling bad about it, because like it's bad for a race car to crash into a guardrail, right? Like, that's not safe for people. That's not safe for people inside of the car or outside of the car. So how these are my Tuesday thoughts from not vlogging yesterday and today, and actually having a plan to vlog today, to release a little mini vlog tomorrow, and I don't have the spoons for that, and I'm just sitting there taking a piss, and I'm like, holy shit, I am the race car and I am the spectator. And while I've been speaking out loud here, I've been able to define that I need to be the person on the other side of the track, where I see it, I feel it, I'm experiencing it, but it's not drowning me, because I'm sick of feeling drowned by these feelings. I can tread water, I can float to my best ability, kind of. My legs like to sink a little, but that's just how life goes. I've got to learn to have that third sort of out-of-body experience. I have to hold on to this thought. Thank you guys for listening to my crazy brain. I love you. It's Friday. It stands for Tuesday, and Tuesday I recorded for this vlog. Wednesday I did my little stony video thingy to the boys. And now it's Friday. Yesterday I had like no voice. But today I have a little bit of one back. I didn't bring my coffee in here. I got sick. I thought it was just allergies. Or like the weather this time of year. But no, I'm like sick. Can't find my thermometer. Because I have a story. And just, yeah. The story of why I can't find my thermometer. And then I'm gonna go grab my coffee and continue on with our vlog for today. Ready? Okay, go. So there's this like weird spot on my ceiling in the bathroom here on the main floor, and the bathroom doesn't have a fan, but it doesn't have a shower either. It's just a bathtub and a sink and the toilet. So like there's really no reason for a vent, and like it can, you know, you can like open the door and it's just like fine, right? So there's this spot on the ceiling where it's looked like water damage, and it's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger over the past couple of years. Excuse me. But I've never seen water come through it, and finally, the other day, water came through it. And I came into my bathroom, and there's a big pile of water on the counter, and like my clippers and everything fell out, and they're all getting soaked. I don't even know if they still work. I haven't tried them yet. But like throwing towels everywhere. But oh no, I found the puddle, and I'm like, who the fuck peed? Thinking it was when the cat's being an asshole. So I'm like sticking my nose to it, and I'm like, this is not piss. And then I felt on my head while I was like sniffing it. Look up. And the ceiling, it's like not even like leaking, it's just sweating water out. So I dealt with that, put towels everywhere in there. Towels are still stacked up in there because we're gonna have a shit ton of rain the next few days. But that really sucked. And then it was like dripping over into the lights and everything. It's just like, what do? What do? So thankfully, I think before I had mentioned that the weird way to get into my attic is in my bedroom closet, and I cleaned out my bedroom closet, the attic entrance. There was like just enough space for me to get my ladder in there and shimmy my way up and be able to go over and see that like I'm pointing to things, but that's not going to make any sense to you guys, so I'm going to stop pointing to things. Basically, there's like two pipe lines or whatever, and the roof just needs to be, it's leaking around those things. Like I should have taken a picture inside of my attic so I can show you guys, but there's a pipe here and a pipe here, and they're both having massive, they're very close to each other, and I would assume that one is for the attic vent fan, and I would assume that the other is, I actually don't know what I assume the other one is.
But yeah, that's something that I'm gonna call my grandpa and be like, Grandpa, who do you know that does roofing stuff? Because I don't know anyone who does roofing stuff. I will definitely try to DIY tutorial, like search it myself. I know I have extra shingles in the garage, and like I roughly understand the idea of roofing and roofing repair, but I've never done it. Number one, it scares the shit. I'm actually afraid of my attic. Like when I got out of my attic and I like finally like crawled out, I was like vibrating, shaking, and then I just burst into tears. I'm a baby. I'm afraid of my attic. I am a little less afraid of being on my roof than being in my attic. So I'm proud of myself for going in there and braving it and figuring it out, but like, this is happening and it's going to rain. What is on my nose? Oh my god, is it a boo-boo? I scratched my nose in my sleep? That's a boo-boo. Oh no, that's a boogie. Ew, I need to edit that out. So yeah, I'm afraid of my attic, but I figured out what was leaking, and let's see if there is a way I can DIY it. Otherwise, this is definitely going to be a time that I call my grandpa and I'm like, so whose kid do you know that's still in their father's trade? Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But like, there's certain circumstances for these things, right? Because there's this person or company that both my dad and grandfather have used, and like, I remember everything being so much more of a pain in the ass for heating, cooling, and plumbing with them, and so much more expensive than who I use now, and I love who I use now, and it seems like whoever they were using is just a pompous ass, so I didn't call my grandpa and tell him anything about with the furnace, because he'll be like, call Joe. And I'll be like, Grandpa Joe's as old as you are, and I'm not calling his son. He's gonna charge me 3 times as much. Sorry, Joe and family, but sorry, Grandpa. Sorry, I don't do everything you tell me to do, even when you don't tell me to do it, but I know you would tell me to do it. But I think I will use him as a resource on this, because like, he's been in the same town that I live in for so long. Like, I almost said he was born and raised here. I was gonna be wrong on saying that. He's lived here most of his adult life and worked. Oh, is that so chauncey? And worked in the area all of his adult life. And then they lived out here, my grandparents, when they got married in their 20s and everything. But my grandpa's from Chicago. My grandma is from around here, though, on my dad's side, anyway. So that's pretty cool. I guess there's like, I hesitate. I'm bouncing all over the place right now. I hesitate on doing like one of those ancestry or genealogy or whatever things. Like, I think that's just part of my ego. I'm stubborn. Like, I want to figure this out for myself. Like, I want to play Lara Croft. I don't want a company to do it. But I know we have some old newspaper article clippings of like my dad's mom's dad running for office and this, that, and the other. And number one, I need to scoop up those clippings, and number two, I need to get like a definitive family tree of history, because that would be cool to know. Apparently I have everything in the world in my eyes right now. Like, I'm tired, my sinuses are swollen. Just bear with me. My eyes have been collecting cat hair all night long because Ming sleeps on my face. This is the shit that I do. So yeah, I will be calling him for that, because he usually is a good resource, but it's like, usually who he tells me to call isn't in business anymore because they're old. So it's worth a try. So I'll talk to him about that. But boy, the world, it's the end of the world as we know it. And it's fine, but really not. Let me go grab my coffee. Got my cuppa. I don't know why I had to come out in that accent. Yes, I'm well aware that I look ridiculous, but I'm not here for appearances. I'm here to just jack my jaws. So, second emergency of this week was my space heater stopped working. The furnace stopped working. The space heater stopped working. So now I'm using one that's older than me. There's a new one coming today, which was dumb expensive. It's like basically the same thing as the one that I had that broke, but it's like 3 years old, something like that. So maybe just needed to be replaced, but like here's this thing that will like short out half the time and want to set on fire. It's older than I am and it still works. Like it don't even work right, but it still works. Okay, so we've been using that for the past, whatever, many days. I think that was like Monday this happened. I don't even know. This week has been a lot. Like, I didn't realize I was sick until yesterday. I think I've been sick all week. Like, oh my god. So the other space heater is coming, but we're using this janky thing. Here, I'll fucking show you. Like, seriously. It's a little dark out here. Turn on the light. Oh, I'm dizzy. Hold on. Wall. Okay. I like walls. They're stable. They're good for moments like that. This thing. It looks like a robot. Like, listen to how loud it is. That's on low. That's on high. This thing is miserable, dude. It's miserable. I hate it. I hate it. It's loud. Like, it's loud to the point that I cannot stand listening to it, and I've had my headphones on almost constantly, so I'm fucking like antsing for the new one to get here. I'm antsing for it. Like, I'm jonesing. I'm Serena Jones and I'm jonesing. Whew. Give me the damn working space heater that doesn't sound like a fucking drone. I hate the sound that this makes. I hate it. I'm gonna go off on that. I had a vague plan for today to organize my craft table because, as you can see behind me, there's all that yarn that I've been working with. And some of those things need to start to be like laid out to be photographed, etc. So I put away all of my clothes from laundry and just sitting out. That big laundry bin of t-shirts that I was like, I'll go through those later. I went through those yesterday and put all of those away, pulled out things for t-shirt quilt. So far, out of the 2 shirts that are in the collection of like normally not worn, but definitely not keep forever because nostalgia or pajamas kind of thing, I pulled 2 shirts out of there for a t-shirt quilt so far that I've worn and been like, you know what, this just isn't that comfortable. Like, this is a really cool shirt, but it's just not that comfortable. So I pulled out those for t-shirt quilt. And honestly, I don't have like any more shirts I want to get rid of. I have extra hangers, a handful of extra hangers downstairs right now. But like, I think I'm just going to have to be mindful of any... Oh my god, I was just going to make the stupidest statement. I was going to say, I need to be mindful of any future t-shirt purchases and maybe get hoodies instead, but like I have way too many, like the vastness of t-shirts and the vastness of hoodies, because that's like all that I live in. Case in point, t-shirt, hoodie, sweatpants, like, oh man. But I guess I have like more graphic tees than hoodies, so maybe if there's like anything special brand that I'm really into, I'll try and find like zip hoodies of. I don't have a lot of zip hoodies, so maybe that's how I'll try to limit myself in the future from like hoarding up on non-cam related clothes for the future, and like just let what I have kind of like wear out over time. T-shirt quilt is going to be enormous whenever I get to the project. Oh my goodness. But because of all of that, I have my craft table mostly cleared off. There's another huge project that I'm working on in the background that I'm not going to share because it will take roughly 3 to 6 months to execute, and I don't even know if I can execute it properly. But at this point in time, I have about 80% of the materials needed, about 95% of the plan, and right now 0% of the motivation. But I can picture how this will all turn out in my head, and I'm really fucking pumped for it. I might get in a little bit of trouble for it, but that's okay. Because I don't think it'll be big trouble. I think it'll just be a little trouble. But I'm really, really, really excited to play with how I'm going to create this brainchild I have figured out. And I'm wondering if any of like my MFC or CAM audience can like maybe figure out what I'm doing without saying so publicly. If you figure it out, tell me privately. Don't spoil it publicly. But tell me privately, because it's something I've brought up a handful of times as like, you know what, this is just not fair. This needs to be different. This is not fair. I don't like this. So it's something addressing something that I've felt is not fair. I have done immense amounts of research. When I was a teenager, I went through a point in time where like I never knew what I wanted to be when I grew up, like as a kid. Like first I thought like, okay, I want to be a teacher like my mom, and then I was like, oh no, I like animals, I want to be a vet. And then I was like, oh, I can't give shots, I maybe want to be a teacher. And then I was like, oh, maybe I want to be a veterinary technician, and all this and the other, or no, in between teacher again and veterinary technician, I went through like a good 2 years where I was obsessed with, like, I thought for sure, like, what I was going to do was be a fashion designer. Like, okay, Serena Joe Schmo off the block. Yeah, you're gonna be the next Gucci. 16-year-old me thought it was possible, though. So I have all of these books, like, Fashion for Dummies, blah, 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 working with fabric. I have my sewing machine pulled out. I have all of the materials I need, like, say without giving too much away, to like create mock-ups, so I'm not wasting like actual good supplies. I have some junk supplies to use for mock-ups. I'm just really excited for this, like, and once I get to, if I don't get in trouble doing this, then I can post about doing this and like not necessarily do tutorials and things, but like show you guys what I'm up to, like the behind the scenes process of it. Like that's the whole point of this vlog, is not only just to vlog and say what's going on in life, but like give you guys the true, like, I don't even know if true is the right word, but the organic experience of my experience. So we're sharing this organic experience. Like right now I'm just talking, but like when I'm doing my hair, or when I'm doing like the bong and bowl review test, whatever thing, like it's a shared organic experience that like we both can't tangibly take part in together, but we can still take part in it together because it's in a an organic experience that we're having together versus me just talking to my camera and telling you guys things about my life. Like, that's an organic experience too. This is the interaction, but you don't really have the chance, besides in the comments below, to like talk back and bounce ideas off of me, like as if I were live streaming in this moment. So that would be a really, 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 really cool part of that project as well, and that adventure. But I will say that I have been crocheting masks like a crazy lady, and I would like to do a sort of tutorial on that. It originally started off as like a 4-hour project from the pattern that I created, which is like the medical 7x8 folded, so it's like 7 by 3 by 3, 3.5 or something like that. I don't know. But I would like to show you guys how I've been putting those together, because after going through them rather fluidly, I can knock one out in like an hour and a half now for the base front pattern, and then the back just takes another like 45 minutes. So it's, I guess that's a little gold star pat on the back of I turned a 4-hour project into a way more fluid hour and a half, 2-hour project. But at the same time, like, I'm only using 2 stitches, and those 2 most simplest stitches, so like, is there really much to write home about that? No. But that's okay. I would like to show you guys how I make those though. I do plan on selling them, but of course, like, why not just share how I made them too? Because like, if you can't buy one, then you can buy a skein of yarn for whatever. I don't, yarn is really expensive on Amazon right now. Usually I buy it at Michael's, but like, I've been looking online now because I don't want to go out into the world, and yarn is like twice as expensive online. Don't buy it online. Buy it in store if you can. But like, I don't know. I am really pumped though, because I did find out I have one ball of organic cotton yarn. One ball of it. And it's this really pretty like white indigo and like burgundy. Like, it's like a, I don't know, I guess like a soft Americana theme color. I don't know. But that one I'm really excited to be finished with, because like, that is the ultimate goal and direction I would like to go in, and right now I'm just going through all of the yarn that I have to use it up, but that would be the ultimate direction if I can add masks to my store and continue to create them in a sustainable fashion, and of course fashionably. Then I would like to have them all eventually be organic cotton. That would be my ideal goal. Which, that yarn is a little bit more expensive, and that doesn't mean price would change, because I like how they're not even listed. I'm like, that doesn't mean price would change. Just because that's what I feel like a fair price for a mask is, regardless of materials. I don't know, you guys will see when I list it. I should actually link you my little dinky Instagram store below. I'm going very slow with it, mostly just loading it up with shit and barely pushing it in the background of like, only in the, not in the way of like, buy from here, only in the way of like, whisper, this exists, this exists, this exists. And then by the time I'm ready to build off of that, this exists, this exists, this exists, I'm hoping that I'll be able to cultivate that product line, purchase things. There is so much, it is overwhelming. It is like looking on Netflix for something to watch. Why I needed to be like a priest saying that, I don't know, but that's the goal. That's the goal. In a nutshell, the end of all of that was I planned to clean up my craft table downstairs today, and it's like 10:30 already, and I don't feel good still. I expected to feel better today, and I still feel like I got hit with a truck, a really big congested truck. So I don't know if I'll get around to organizing that, but I do know that I will be doing a lot of crocheting today on top of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 other tasks. And I've now condensed house tasks on my list so that they correspond to this page in my happy planner. So we're gonna have a fun little scantron of this is what you did. But like the main big thing of every day is litter boxes, meal prep, dishes, laundry, water plants, pet breakfast, pet supper, dehumidifier. According to the weekly thing, it's like you're supposed to still dust the house, you're supposed to vacuum and wash the floors, you're supposed to clean the mirrors and the glass, you're supposed to wipe down appliances, you're supposed to scrub the kitchen sink, you're supposed to tidy up the closets. Oh, I guess I can cross that one off. I tidied my closet. Yeah, I did. I tidied that closet. Tidied it real good. Real good. Clean out the fridge, I did that. Tidy and organize pantry, I did that. Sort mail and pay bills, I did that. Clean toys and props, I haven't done that. Bedroom shelves, I've done that. Even though I've messed them up again already. But I have all of my house tasks to do for today. So that's 21 plus like 5 more things, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 8 more things. So 27 things are on the list for today. What is wrong with me? I do this to myself every day, and it's like, this'll work. This'll be fine. And then I make myself cry because it doesn't work, and it's not. I don't know. I think I can do it today, with the exception of maybe getting around to organizing that craft table. I think I can get everything. Excuse me. Else done for today. I feel like I really haven't talked about anything important. If I do end up cleaning down there, I will film a time lapse of, or not cleaning, but like setting everything up. Oh wait, no. I can't share it with you guys because all the materials, you'll be able to guess. Never mind. Now it does matter if I clean it or not, but you guys can't see. I didn't think that through. I need more coffee. I will say, I did start and finish the first season of, I don't know if there's another season or not, but it's gonna be gone from Hulu in a few days, so sorry. I don't think it'll be gone by the time I post this, but it might be like 1 day left. Sorry. But ruin, it's in ruins, Brian. Ruining history is hilarious. It's so well done. I learned some really cool shit. I learned some shit I wish I never would have known. And it was a cool show to watch. So 10 out of 10, highly recommend. And that is Serena signing out for today. I hope you guys have a beautiful Friday. Oh my god. Super quick, I have to share. I let the dogs out to go potty. We walk back towards the door. I open the door to go inside. A mouse runs inside. I'm not afraid of mice or rats or anything like that, but like, I'm like, eep, because it startled the fuck out of me. He ran through the door straight to behind the refrigerator. The cats are in the kitchen because they're like, oh my god, Mom, What's going on? Are we gonna get a second breakfast? Fucking two of them see it. They're cornering it on the other side of the fridge and by the cat tree next to the fridge. And all I did was open the door and stand the fuck back and go whoosh. And I didn't even touch the damn thing. He was just like, yeah, this is not the house for me. And ran right back outside. I am so lucky. Literally the second he ran inside, I'm like, I'm fucked. He's too fast. I can't catch him. What am I going to do? I have 5 cats. I'm going to find a corpse before I'm able to catch him. And thank fuck. I cannot believe this happened. This is not real to me. Like, this is not real to me. I cannot believe this happened. He ran in the house and then just straight back out of the house because he was like, nope, too many cats. It's just wild. Like, I didn't see him hanging out on the side or anything. Like, the snakes hang out on the side of the porch, so maybe he was just running away from a snake in that moment, and he was like, safety, house, go! But then it was way more dangerous in my house. I don't know, but thank you, smart little Disney mouse. Thank you. Oh god, what's the name of the mouse that's in it? Gus. Thank you, Gus. Thank you, Gus, for running back outside. Oh god. That is like my worst fear, is that an animal gets inside and one of my zoo will get to it before I am able to like save it and rescue it and get it back outside. So like I'm super fucking relieved because my first thought was as soon as I go to move the fridge to close off that side where he could escape, and mice can fit through anything, he can crawl under the fridge if he wanted to. Like, how am I going to get him into anything on the other side? I don't even have a box handy, and I'm thinking all of these rapid fire thoughts in the moment, and then just in cat stationed. What if I just open the door and do a whoosh? It worked. It worked. I don't know how it worked, but it worked. I'm so grateful. Thank you, universe. Thank you, Gus, for being a smart mouse. I just had to share that. It is Sunday, and while I'm hoping you are all having a good day, this vlog will not go up today because, drum roll and cold coffee please, not necessarily in that order. Drum roll. I have no power. I have no Wi-Fi. Out of courtesy for like those living around me, I'm not going to show you guys what happened, but take my word for it. Because I'm looking out my bedroom window right now. Like, oh my god. Okay, so there was a really big storm yesterday and power got knocked out, obviously, blah, blah, blah. It's been out. It's going to be out because, number one, the first thing I noticed, I have man brain. So, like, basically in the way of, like, for example, like, you paint the wall tan and, like, husband doesn't notice it for 6 months and is like, honey, the wall's brown. And then she's like, yeah, I painted it 6 months ago. Don't you like it? Didn't you notice it? I was wondering why you didn't say anything about it. That's me. I have man brain. So something else happened that's even worse than this. Not to me, but like, holy shit. But this was the first thing that I was aware of in the aftermath of this storm. So there was a tornado, like, I don't know, maybe 25, 30, 35 miles southwest of here. Or I'm sorry, northeast? Northeast? If it was northeast of here, then the storm would have been moving southwest towards here, right? I don't know. There was a tornado touchdown for sure, so like, that's freaky, but not too close. Okay, the storm that came in barreling from it, we went under tornado warning watch again, and it felt like it was the end of the world for like a good 10 minutes. I'm not gonna lie. We had hailstones coming down in the middle of this thunderstorm that were like fucking the size of like nickels and quarters. Fucking, it was just, the wind was insane. It was terrible. I literally, okay, there's been like one scary moment in the past. You're gonna hear them cutting down branches and cutting apart branches and shit, because it looks like a tornado went through my neighborhood. A tornado didn't go through my neighborhood, but it looks like it. There was one that formed but didn't touch down within like 10-mile radius, so that was like the big gustiness of it all. So a long time ago, I had my dog Loki, a Pibble, my dog Snoop, a Pibble. I have this spare iPhone on battery mode, so it's like really weird to try and see myself in the lowest lighting bit. I have all my spare chargers charged. I'm gonna be able to go over and like charge them elsewhere later today, so I'll be all good with that. I already put freezer packs next to everything in the fridge, and there's really nothing in the fridge that can go bad except for like lunch stuff for dude bro, and I put all of that in a lunchbox with a bunch of freezer packs, and like, you need to come and get this. I'm not having your meat and dairy rot in my fridge. Where was I going with any of that? Oh, so I had my dog Loki at the time, 80-pound Pibble. I had my dog Snoop at the time, 80-pound Pibble. I had Bibby at that time, in the 20-pound self. I had, what do you think? I had Munster, Chong, and Bunny. Bunny is one of my cats who has since passed away since then, but I had Munster and Chong and Bunny. Munster, Chong, and Bunny. I had the 3 OGs, and who else? Ming. I had Ming. That's who I had. Like, there's one more cat. I know there were 70 animals that I got into that room. I'm missing a cat. So the safest place in my house is actually my closet in the master bedroom downstairs in the basement, which is my office with my closet now in the downstairs master bedroom in the basement that is now my office. I just clarified that to repeat it wrong again, so that was super awesome. That's the safest place. At one point, it was like really scary outside, and I did get everyone down in there. That was a miracle in itself. I even did a super mom where Bunny hid under the couch, and I was like, nope, you gotta go in the room, and did like the impossible mom thing of like lift the couch with one arm and the other arm grab the cat's scruff and pull, and you're coming with me, mamas. That I will forever pat myself on the back for that. I could not lift up a couch one-handedly again if I wanted to, unless that situation were to occur again. Knock on wood, it never will. But by the time it started, literally like not even a minute into the hailstorm, which lasted about 5 minutes of itself in the middle of this whole big, huge, giant house shaking, wind everywhere, horrible, awful fucking storm. I'm like actually gonna cry thinking about it. It was really scary. It's really scary. I made an executive decision of sun rises in the east, sets in the west. That means that way is north, this way is south. Yeah, it's probably not good to be on the south-facing side, but I have the crib blocker thing, whatever, that I use from time to time, so I butted that up against the window and closed up the blinds, and hi Chauncey, you went your rope bone, and just got everyone in here, closed the door, piled up blankets behind us here so I could throw them over us if necessary, thinking like, okay, worst case scenario, like the windows are just gonna blow out. The easiest thing I can do right now with Chauncey having never been downstairs, 2 cats already in my bedroom, like
in my head, we gotta move now. Like, we needed to move 2 minutes ago to get downstairs. So we're just all coming in here. So I got everyone together to come in here. That was okay. Then the power went out. Then we're just like chilling. Thankfully, I had 2 candles. What are you doing, babe? I had 2 candles already in my bedroom, and I have a whole bunch of like little tea lights. I actually don't have any batteries and working flashlights, but I have a lot of candles. Like, you know, we've only had electricity for like the past 100 years. Like, I don't really need flashlights, honestly. Like, it's cool that the phones have them and everything. Like, that was a little bit handy last night, but I got by with candles. I'll get by with candles tonight if we still don't have any electricity tonight. It'll be fine. But like, just wow. And then I went outside in the backyard after, like, trying to get the dogs to go to the bathroom, thinking it's a relatively calm moment. And I'm so relieved because about maybe like 20 minutes before the whole storm started, I kind of like smelled rain, and Chauncey was fast asleep. So I woke him up all gentle, and I put his pizza jammies on him and got him all snuggled up. And because like, I think his pajamas and like sweaters make him feel like he's wearing a hug, kind of. So I wanted to get that on him like right away so he would feel okay. And then I'm fucking out of CBD. I dosed him with the last bit of CBD that I have, and then I ordered a bunch more. And at that point, everything was going shoddy with the electricity or Wi-Fi or something far away. So I accidentally placed 2 orders. So we're gonna have CBD for a while. Like, I didn't mean to, but now we're stocked. I meant to order 1 bottle, and then it was like, oh, if you were that thing that stores do, like, we'll offer you this at 1/3 of the price if you add it to your order. And I'm like, shit, fuck yeah. And then it did it again, and I was like, did it not go through? So I hit it again, and then it did double order. Like, I didn't mean to give you that much money of much of my money. So yeah, at least I had him CBD'd up for that. There's like a really sharp hair scratching my arm. Okay, sorry. Storm ended. I went outside. That's what I keep looking over at right now, because literally from my yard is okay, but everyone else down the block is not. Like, there's a pole for the electricity and for the internet at the end of my garage, and that is the line that the trees fell on from my neighbors' yards down. Like, so many fucking trees down. Like, and for a good hot minute yesterday, I was like, oh my God, thank God nothing fell in anyone's house. Like, this is so scary. Like, I'm looking out and I can see it like tilting on a garage, but just not enough. Like, just the end of a branch. Like, it's just barely being held up by the power lines, and, you know, just like hanging on the side of a fence, but like tilting over the power lines, hanging over, like hovering over a garage, but stuck on the power lines. Like, the power lines saved everyone's shit. Like, whoa. Whoa. The pole didn't even get pulled out of the ground too, which, like, ooh. Thank you, universe. Oh my goodness. But fucking, that is the Wi-Fi and the internet. So they're not going to, since this is like not an emergency back here, like no one's house got crushed in the back portion of the properties here, this pole is going to be the last priority for them to fix. So I don't know when I'll have electricity or internet back, which is totally fine. Like, it's temperate in the house. I have the fridge taken care of. Like, there's really nothing that can go bad in there. Like, I have 2 ice creams in the freezer, and then I have like those Guardian fish fillets or whatever. So I'll just make a fish sandwich for dinner later, because they'll probably be like thawed. Oh, how am I gonna heat them up? Oh, you know what? a really long time ago, my grandpa, it was when I lived in my apartment. I don't even know if he remembers this. Oh my gosh. I called him and left a message yesterday. He didn't call me back. Like, I know he's fine, but he was probably drunk when the storm happened, so, like, he wouldn't have remembered to call me back after. And he probably won't remember and check the machine today, so I should call him again today. Oh, when when I lived in my apartment, so years upon years upon years ago, this is how pull-out quarter I am. My grandpa was like, oh, you are going to live independently, you need to learn how to grill, blah, 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 blah. He got me one of those little camper grills, or like camp up grills, where like it's just, it looks like just a frying pan, and it's a kit, and like, you know, like it has everything set up for like the kit, like it's a little campfire cooker, so I can heat up, I can toast some bread on there and make a little campfire vegan sandwich outside, because I'm sure those will be close to melted by the end of the day, and if they're not, I can just yoink them out of the freezer and like put them on the side. But I think everything in the freezer will stay like cold enough to where it's not bad. Like ice cream and stuff can melt, but it's like vegan ice cream, so I think it's okay-ish to melt, kind of, as long as it stays cold. I imagine the freezer will stay as cold as like a fridge, and then anything in the fridge will just be like storage after a while instead of temperate, but whatever, that's life. So cool. I remember that I hoarded that. I'm grateful for that. Thank you, Grandpa. I have to remember to thank him about that and tell him about that. He's awesome. Okay, so did I cover everything in the backyard? There's a whole bunch of trees down. I really want to show you guys, but I don't want to infringe on people's privacy. There's a lot of people outside. I feel awkward outside. I don't want to like be rude and like spectacleize, you know, like, oh, I'm Serena TV and I'm about to vlog this disaster. And also, I'm itching my leg, that's that sound, sorry. And also just like, it's not my property. I don't know, bottom line, you guys are just gonna have to take my word that there's trees on the ground. There's trees on the ground. My cords, my wires, my lines are hammocks for trees right now. Which, like, I bitched a couple of years ago that because the ash burrs or whatever, ash borers, I bitched that they came and cut the tree down in front of my house, but that would have fallen down in the storm because it was so dead. Now here's the horrible man brain part of it. They were supposed to do my neighbor's tree too because he has an ash tree in front, and it's been like marked to take care of. I think they just did mine like last summer maybe, I don't know, but it's been marked to take care of, and the city's just been doing their own pace with it, and it's been like years long process. Really, it's been like 3 years now of all of this, and they've been trying to like attack all of this. I feel so fucking bad. I have man brain. I'm in the backyard and I'm like, oh, thank God nothing fell in anyone's house. And then I'm in the front yard trying to get cell service because there's no fucking cell service in my house. I don't know how. I can get some in the ass end of my property. So like in the middle of my alley, basically, like sitting in my truck. I can get some when I'm like almost in the middle of the street, but everything in between is just like, no. I don't understand. Like, I don't know if there's like cell towers out, and like it just, you have to be one way or the other to be able to bounce off. My house is brick. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. I don't know. But I don't have any fucking cell service in my house, like, so yesterday I'm like desperately downloading so many things from Netflix and Hulu, like in my trunk, like, please download faster, I want to go inside. I know it's dark inside, but it's dark out here too. But okay, fuck my petty problems, because a tree, the tree in front fell on my neighbor's fucking house. Like right into the porch and like living room area. Yeah. Literally man brain. I'm having secondhand I'm embarrassed, and I'm also having secondhand embarrassment for myself just because the tree fell on my neighbor's house and I did not notice it until like an hour later. An hour later. So yeah, emergency services got out here maybe like around 7 or 8 last night, and his grandson got here before that. He's an older gentleman, and I guess you guys don't know this, but if you followed me on Twitter for a while, you know this, that on one side of my house I have asshole neighbors. On the other side of my house there's a very sweet old man who lives there. His grandson used to take care of his yard for him when he was a younger kiddo, but I guess he had like a high school knee injury or something like that, stopped taking care of the yard. I started taking care of his yard when I realized that, and I was more physically capable. Now that I'm a little less physically capable, I just add his property onto my landscaper list thingy, so I just pay for both of our yards to get done, because like, granted, yes, like this has been like going on for a couple or 3 years now, and his grandson is more than capable of it, but thinking back, like, it did not click in my head that I needed to be like a good, I've been playing with my hair and it's all falling out everywhere, I'm sorry. My hair has been falling out like crazy since Backup died. I'm gonna go bald. Like, literally, I lose a handful of hair a day. It's disgusting. It has nothing to do with dyeing it or coloring it or anything. It's literally only been since Backup died that my hair just falls out. Yet all over my body, it just grows wherever it wants because I can't, like, consume things and put on weight. It's great. But yeah, anyway, his grandson is like more than capable of doing it now and totally could, but he doesn't, so I just keeping up on it for him because, like, it's the right thing to do. Like, it's just the right thing to do. And eventually his grandson will, like, grow up and come back around and be like, hey, Grandpa, I'll cut the grass for you. And then I won't have to deal with it anymore. But until then, it's okay. Like, it could be Snitty and Snoopy. Snitty and Snoopy. Snooty and Snippy. As I grab my boob out of awkwardness. I could be snippy and snooty about it, but I'm not, because I remember what it was like being, like, in that age range, and you really, this pimple, oh my god, I need to put more shit on it. The rest of my face really is, like, doing pretty good, except for my forehead, though. I'm proud of my skin. He'll realize eventually, like, he needs to do what he needs to do, but until then, I'll take care of it because it's just the right thing to do. But yeah, the grandson got over there right away, and like they're walking around, they're like, holy shit, da, 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 da. My dogs are going insane, so like I can't go over and be like, hey, do you guys need a hand or this, that, or whatever, like, you okay? But I did see him and he's okay, and everyone is okay. Everyone is okay next door. I think fuck everyone is okay next door. I think fuck everyone, not everything, but everyone is okay next door. They got out of there. His daughter, I don't know if that's his grandson's mom, or I don't know. But they came in separate vehicles because he's like old enough to drive now. He's so cute with like not that he's like cute. He's not cute, but it's like adorable how he like drives up with like his banging subwoofers and all like little teenage wank still. Like, I remember being your age. That's cute. Not in like that's cute, like, oh, so cute, so kawaii, like cute in the way of like, oh, puppy. I'm such an asshole. But yeah, so what I'm assuming happened in the backyard, just because of how it looks, lightning struck between two trees that had grown into each other, and basically a domino affected the back of the neighborhood of my block, and in the front, I didn't look too far down the street, but there's trees down everywhere. But I watched through my window, and there's one section of his tree that is still standing in the front yard, but is like cocked over, caught on a wire. Again, thank fuck for electric wires. And hovering over. So I assume they left that for like, I don't know, home insurance people to come out and evaluate or something. I don't know, because like maybe they can't touch something that's on a live line. And again, like, I don't have electricity, so they haven't fixed it. So maybe they need the electric people to come out and turn off that line before they can move that branch or something. I don't know if they have the capability to move this branch, because this wasn't the utility company coming out. This was the, like, I don't know, some kind of tree service company that had literally 2 semi-dumpster trucks blocking parking up and down my street on either side for them to put these essentially thirds of trees into. So I didn't clean up anything in the back, but they did get, thank fuck, the 2 branches that were on top of his house off, which was I should not have watched any of that. It pervaded my dreams so bad last night. Like, all I'm gonna say is, in your lifetime, something you never want to see is, number 1, a tree down on a house. Number 2, a crane taking that tree off of the house. Next to your house, that's about maybe 10 feet difference between each other. Like, my neighborhood is funky. Like, the houses that were built in, like, pre-1900s, they're, like, Chicago city style, where you have, like, that, like, 3 feet in between the houses, if that. But then there's newer parts of my neighborhood where, the houses are like 10, 20 feet apart in between. But like, oh my god, I feel so bad. My kitty corner back neighbors are just like outside looking at everything, just hands on their hips, like, oh my god, what do we do? He has a really douchey cross tattoo on his back. I've never seen him shirtless. Like, I can't see that well, but I can see well enough to see like a douchey cross tribal tat. It's like right here, like up his neck. Like, it's the weirdest spot. Like, it just looks wrong. I should be quieter about this. Okay, not trying to look at weird shirtless neighbor. I want to close my windows, but then there's no light unless I put on candles. Oh my god. So yeah, they had the crane out with the tree people last night. They pulled the one tree-sized chunk of tree off of the roof that was the closest to me, and then the second one ended up getting hung up on the wires that were holding the third part of the tree that had not totally collapsed and was just cracked and hovering over the house. It ran into that, and then they like started penduluming it because they didn't know what to do, and it started a pendulum, and I'm like, oh my god, don't hit my fucking house. And then what they ended up doing was just like cutting sections off the bottom to be able to lower it and then lift it under the wires, I guess. I don't know. All I know is I never want to see a crane in front of my house ever again. Oh my god. I'm just like, I feel so bad. Like, I don't know. Like, I have a soft spot in my heart for old people. I love old people. I love old men. I know that sounds like weird, but like, I love them. I think they're adorable. I think they're cute. Just like, I think, like, other things are cute. Like the neighbor kid and his little banger subwoofers. Like, that's cute. That's how I feel about old men too. And like, my neighbor is just cute. And like, if I was less awkward, I would be like, will you be my second grandpa? I love you, and hug him and stuff. But like, I bring him Christmas cookies and like say hi's and bring in the garbage cans when they've been out like a day too late or whatever, like the grandson hasn't come by. Like, I feel so fucking bad that this happened. I feel so bad this happened to him. Like, I don't know anything about this guy really, except for how he talks to me, and he's a super sweetheart. I love him. He's like in his 70s. I love him. He's so cute. I love old men. They just like my heart. I think that's just because I love my grandpa so much. So in my mind, like, the only good, safe man is old man. So like, love old men and love old men. But yeah, I feel so bad that that happened to him. Like, he does not deserve that. But presumptively, the home insurance people will be out and be able to fix all of this for him and get it all together. And I guess the bottom line of this all is I have no idea when I'll have power. I have no idea when I'll have Wi-Fi. And yes, I'm way too awkward to go drive somewhere to use the Wi-Fi of somewhere else. So that's been my past, I don't know, 24 hours. Now I'm just drinking cold yesterday coffee. Maybe I'll go try and... I was gonna just skip snaps for today, but maybe I'll try and take snaps and then go to Starbucks if they have power, and then try and send snaps really quick. I don't know. All I know is that, like, this is out of my control. There's nothing I can do about this circumstance. And no, I don't have a generator. Yes, I should. I have learned that now. So that's a 27 birthday goal, because I'll be 27 this year. So by the time I turn 27, I need to do it's 2 things on the list now. My BRCA gene testing, so we can figure out, keep the titties or get some new ones, and get a generator, because if you're gonna live to be 27, you gotta have a generator, you dumb bitch. Like, I'm talking shit to myself, but am I wrong? No. Do I have a cat hair in my eye? Yeah. Am I gonna deal with it right now? I don't know. Do I love you guys? Abso-fucking-lutely. Thank you for putting up with my rambles. Ready? Legendary moment. Do we hear that? Do we hear the fan in the background? The power is back on. I get my colorful lights back and my devices. And this video probably won't go up until tomorrow because I'm gonna get it edited, and there's no way I'm gonna stay up till fucking forever to upload it tonight. I'm worn out. I just went out and like debris cleaned everything that's in the yard and in the neighbor's yard, and like just broken down on the side and everything. But ComEd just came out and did some goofy stuff on the lines, and hopefully the power will stay on now. I learned that I don't really need power, except for like to power devices, but it's nice to have power. Like, really, I do okay with silence and candles, but power is good. So I guess on that note, gonna end the vlog for the week and just, I don't know, be an asshole and be like, with great power comes great responsibility. And cut. Thank you guys so much for being a part of another stupid week in the stupid life of Serena. If you guys watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, sometimes I feel like I'm Sweet D and the joke's on me. Like, genuinely. So I'm Serena TV and the power is back on for me. Thank you guys so much for riding out this week with me. It has been a bumpy, rough one for sure. Did we catch all those dog puns in there? I love you all to bits and pieces, and I hope you all have the most wonderful week incoming. I hope the past week has been kind to you, and thank you for being a part of my human experience. And awkwardly, I will say, don't forget to press the like and subscribe and button and all that. I don't know. And like comment if you want or don't if you don't want to, or like if I suck, tell me why I'm sucking. Just be nice about it because I'm a sensitive little bitch. And I love you guys. My name is Serena TV, and I will be here as long as you will put up with me. Happy Sunday.